demonstrate macadamia nut harvest.
Wow. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
Tree nuts, macadamia being one. All tree nuts have outer husk and a hard inner shell, or an inner shell. Come, we'll crack this one. All you need is the right tool. That's the husk.
Oh,
Just comes
okay.
right off. The shell, 300 pounds of pressure per square inch to crack that open. Trying not to smash it. Now this, because it's so young, it's going to be a white nut. And it's going to be stuck to the shell on the inside. But if you want to try to peel a little piece out of there, it is absolutely delicious. It's stuck, so you kind of have to fingernail it out. When it does dry later, it will shrink and become that round nut that you're used to getting out of a can. But when it's like this, it's moist, it's sweet, and it tastes like something else that I don't want to say out loud because I don't want to.
So when they're harvesting them for, to keep them intact, do they have to let them sit for a while, or how do they keep the nut intact?
You're just going to dry them. You're going to pick them like these.
Yeah.
Put them out to dry. Take the husk off. Crack them. At that point, the nut has shrunk away from the shell. In fact, a lot of them will rattle.
Okay.
And when you crack it, and of course now there's machines that are calibrated to the average nut.
Okay.
So they can just keep cracking them, and most of them will come out whole. So did it taste like anything that you might be familiar with?
Coconut.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That's the word I'm looking for. To me, they have the taste and texture.
And the
of coconut.
texture, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The other trees, the short trees that you see, are coffee trees, of course. Coffee is in the Rubiaceae family. It is related to gardenia. Gardenia is
related
probably
to
the most
gardenia.
famous member of the Rubiaceae family. They will pollinate themselves. They turn into the green beans. They're tiny little beans to start. They grow up to be red beans, and red is when coffee is harvested. These trees were picked about 10 days ago. There wasn't a red bean on here 10 days ago. They're ripening again. A demonstration of coffee. It is an extremely complex, delicate maneuver.
Whoa.
Kind of like harvesting those macadamia nuts. Yeah.
Wow, you risked a lot of. That was dangerous. Yeah.
There is your coffee bean. Now, your coffee fruit, actually. It's called a cherry for the color. If I were picking, I'd have a basket around my waist that's tied around the back. A young child would have a tin can around their neck. Everybody has to pick. So you're picking and you're dropping them in your basket. You can't just come along and strip, of course, because there's later flowering for the green bean.
Yeah.
Now, who drinks coffee? I'll talk to them.
She's the weird one.
I love the smell of it.
Is there a reason, health reasons? And just
No, I just the flavor.
Okay, then come closer. You're going to be my victim, volunteer.
Okay.
I'm going to squeeze this.
Okay.
When I squeeze it, a drop of nectar is going to come up. I'm going to ask you to put your finger on that drop of nectar and go like this, okay? Now, just to be clear, not my mouth, your mouth.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ready?
You're gonna make a
There it is.
convert of me.
Yep.
It's sweet.
It is sweet, isn't it? Yeah.
Very sweet.
Yeah, coffee is a fruit.
Very sweet.
There's not a lot of it. I'm really squeezing to get those drops to come up.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's a very sweet fruit. So when I'm picking and dropping in the basket, and every once in a while I pick one and put it right in my mouth. In my mouth I do this. I squeeze it, and the seeds come out.
Okay, I was wondering what was.
And then I chew on this part.
Okay.
This has got that sugar inside of it because it's around the seeds on the inside of the skin here. So there's still some in there. Not a lot, but if I chew on this, it's sweet. When I'm done, I just spit it out. I just chew it up. You could swallow it. It wouldn't hurt you. I just never have. These I just roll around in my mouth to get the sugar off of them. And then I spit these right back into my basket. This is my money. So I don't want to be chewing on it.
Right.
If I'm falling asleep, it's the middle of the day and I've been picking since sunrise, this has most of the caffeine. So I might chew on a couple to get a little buzz off the caffeine, but I don't want to. And just for the record, if you've been drinking Kona coffee, there's a chance it was in my mouth.
Okay. So when a bean becomes the cherry, the red color, how long can it stay on the vine?
It's got a pretty decent life, a couple weeks, 3 weeks.
Okay.
Eventually they will turn black.
I see a couple in this.
Sure, there's always, there they
Yeah.
are, yeah. The black ones were ones that should have been picked, and they got missed.
Okay.
Come take a look. Watch out, this cat is extremely catatonic.
Looks like
Catatonic.
vicious.
Hi, Coop. It's okay, honey. Cooper.
Oh. Oh, what a voice you have.
This is the same bean dried out. And I will hand this to one of you. That would be you. And I'm going to ask you just to break that open. It's very thin shell on there. There you go. This is
Oh my
called
gosh.
parchment. That has to come off. And inside of this is the bean.
Wow. So there's layer upon layer.
There's actually
didn't realize there was
three. Let's see if you got them. You can see there's just the remnants on there. There's a very thin paper-like layer. It's called the silver skin. It's kind of like the red skin on a peanut. It's
Wow.
called a silver skin. So there's 3 layers to get through. The farmer is going to dry it down to this. Typically he sells it to the coffee mill like this. In the coffee mill, this is done by hand, by women sitting around tables doing this all day. While men kind of do this.
Nice job you're doing, huh?
It's different times, you know. Eventually the machine is invented that will do this. I'm convinced it's one of the women that were doing
That
this.
invented it?
Yeah. She was sitting there going, I do not want my daughter to have to do
Yeah.
this. So this is very labor intensive and very, I'll say it again, very time consuming. And they need a better way to dry the coffee. Necessity is the mother of invention, and geniuses come up with this idea. What if we built a deck, put a roof on the deck, and put the roof up on wheels?
Oh, I see. It's on a rail.
It's on a rail. And it is cantilevered all the way out the back when you look. So the deck can open up all the way. It's set up just perfectly to go the full length of the roof hanging over the back there.
Wow.
And then if it starts to rain, all you have to do is close the roof. And what was 20 minutes of panic mode trying to get those 100 bags in, 2 minutes of, I got it, Dad, don't worry.
And you just need it on a remote control. Just hit a button.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
To the best of our knowledge, the rolling roof is a Kona invention. We did it first.
Great idea.
It's the concept is approximately 1920. This particular one is built in 1926. How do you know when the coffee is dry? You'll notice they're in separate piles. Every pile
colors.
is a different day. And you'll know which one is the oldest, and you'll be biting the beans every day. You'll go up to the oldest pile and take one and bite it. How hard is it? It started off soft. Every day it's getting harder.
Okay.
One day you go, ouch.
Ow.
It's
You break your tooth
dry.
off, it's done.
If you had a moisture meter, 12%.
This farm is amazing. It has not only coffee, but it has navel oranges and grapefruit, avocado, macadamia nuts. And somewhere in here are persimmons.
Well, I thought I was recording, but apparently not. He's going to have to do it again. Thank you.
He's very handsome. Oh, hello.
And the kids had a coffee schedule. Going to American school, Japanese school, come home and help fun. And the kids had a long summer vacation. It was picking season. August to November, no school. Then, of course, no for playing, right? Be in a farm, pick coffee beans. So that's why they called coffee vacation. I don't think it's a vacation, but the whole family, including the kids, had to work so hard. Even 3, 4, 5 years old, small kids be in the farm, pick coffee beans.
If you enjoyed watching this video, why not watch more? Subscribe to this channel, and if you are on your computer, click that bell icon to be notified when more videos are posted so you can follow along. Also, please leave comments, questions, or requests at the bottom, as we like to hear from you too. Thanks for watching.